of the Board of Commissioners. And on behalf of my fellow commissioners, Nelson Peters and Rich Beck, who could not be with us this morning, I would like to welcome you to the 2023 Linda and Jerry Vandeveer Impact Award. In September of 2016, the Allen County Commissioners created this award to be presented annually to an individual or individuals who reside in Allen County and who have lived a life of service to our community outside of their regular profession, in the example and tradition of Linda and Jerry Vandeveer. Nominees for the Vandeveer Impact Award are evaluated based on 4 criteria: vision and action, seeing a need in the community and taking steps to meet that need; selflessness and sacrifice, devoting their time and energy in service to their community without seeking recognition or award; commitment and perseverance, working through difficulties and challenges to achieve their goal; and finally, impact, making a positive impact in their community through their work and serving as encouragement for others to do likewise. And past winners we would like to share that illustrate this award: Dan and Judy Wire, for their work to clean up and reuse the local rivers and their efforts to revitalize the Wells Street corridor; Bob Worley, for his efforts to preserve Smith Airfield and to help persons dealing with drug addiction; Alex Cornwell, for being a strong voice and advocate for the Waynedale community; Marissa Rang, for working to improve the quality of communication between emergency services and persons with severe communication disabilities; Josh and Jenny Hardup, for working extensively with the Guns and Hoses charity, which provides assistance to first responders and their families; the Board of Directors of the Veterans National Memorial and Shrine; and last year's award, which went to Mitch McKinney for his extensive work in the community. Now at this time I'd like to introduce Commissioner Peters to have a few more words about this award.
Thank you, Commissioner Brown. So great to see so many of you here today to honor our honoree. No, I didn't say ornery, but when we...
It's insane.
The award we're talking about today, as Commissioner Brown mentioned, was named in honor of Linda and Jerry Vandeveer, who are probably known best for their work in creating and maintaining the Allen County Law Enforcement Firefighters Memorial, which is now on North Wells Street. However, they have been huge advocates and catalysts for change along the way. They work to make so many of the improvements that you see over in the Baker Street, Fairfield neighborhood, where they lived and they worked, and they've been advocates for firefighters and police officers through the years. With all this in mind, we wanted to create something that would pay tribute to the tremendous couple, Jerry and Linda, while also recognizing those who perform similar work and deeds for the betterment of the entire Allen County. We wanted to showcase people who've made a commitment to meet a need in our community and whose devotion of time and energy serves to encourage others to step forward and make a difference in the Allen County community. Sadly, as many of you know, Linda lost her battle with stage 4 cancer on September 29th, 2016. But before her passing, we were able to share with her our plans for this award. I remember Commissioner Brown and I think Commissioner Bloom at the time, had the opportunity to go over to their place and tell them exactly what we wanted to do and how we wanted to set the future up in their honor. In the meantime, Jerry has continued to make a positive impact throughout this entire county. He continues to maintain and care for the Allen County Law Enforcement Firefighters Memorial, and he promotes efforts that bring attention to the issue of domestic violence. I've seen a number of billboards throughout this community that talk about health screenings, colonoscopies, and things like that, and also a number of other things he does to honor the work of public safety officers and first responders while highlighting their contributions to the Allen County community. The Vandeveers have always preferred to stay out of the spotlight and wanted to focus to be the cause or project they were working on and make sure that people had a better sense of those projects and not them. Through the Impact Award, we wish to recognize those like Linda and Jerry who've had a positive impact without seeking recognition or reward. Through the years, as Commissioner Brown read, we've had some pretty decent recipients. And this year's recipient is really no different. As I share some of what this individual does, you'll see a common thread that's been woven throughout, and that really includes all of those things that are being done to improve the local community. Neighborhoods are one of the things that I recognized as an elected official early on that are so important to the vitality of the Allen County community. When I speak to neighborhood groups, especially the Allen County Neighborhood Association, I talk to them about being the backbone of the Allen County community. I remember where I am now out in the neighborhood association out northeast. I was elected vice president before I'd ever even moved into the community, into the neighborhood. But anybody who plays in that circle understands the importance. As elected officials, we can't do what we do without that input from neighborhood advocates. This year's recipient of the Vandeveer Impact Award understands the importance of all of this. This year's Impact Award winner is in fact Carolyn DeVoe, who's been a neighborhood advocate for nearly half a century. Now, she is only about 65 years old, so I'm not sure how that works, but I've known Carolyn for a long time. As we were beginning to put together the Allen County Neighborhood Association group, I reached out to her and I asked her if she could provide some help to those individuals to get them up and running. Without hesitation, Carolyn jumped to the forefront, and she is really one of the folks who helped build that organization, which still thrives today for many of the neighborhood associations in unincorporated Allen County, as well as touching those in Fort Wayne. I remember in 2006, we did a press conference on neighborhood associations over on, I think it was Columbia Avenue. You remember that? Carolyn was one of the first people who came to speak about what was happening and the importance of neighborhoods in the Allen County community. Occasionally, I have the opportunity to hang out with Carolyn over at Pint and Slice, my second office, or my office annex here for Allen County. And I always cherish those times with her because I get the opportunity to hear a little bit more from the past and from the present, and really ways in which we can improve the future. So she's been a friend, a confidant, and a mentor from the neighborhood perspective, and I so appreciate your partnership and your willingness to work with us on that.
Thank you.
I want to read just a quick brief from the nomination of Carolyn. It said Carolyn DeVoe's name is synonymous with neighborhood and community leadership. For the past 46 years, keep in mind she's only 65, she's volunteered her time and efforts as a community problem solver, and for the past 35 years has held a leadership position building and strengthening our communities. In the late 70s, Carolyn observed semi-trucks taking shortcuts through neighborhoods, which threatened the safety of residents, but also the entire infrastructure. She looked to government to try and solve some of those issues, and government unfortunately didn't have a real willingness to listen then. So she worked with residents, she worked with grocery store owners to ensure that the semis traveled on the designated truck routes. And it was through that effort that Carolyn learned the power of unified neighbors. Think about it. We as a community united in neighborhoods are so much stronger than if we're not. Since 1988, Carolyn has devoted countless hours to neighborhoods. She's served on the rental housing task force, the truck task force, the sign task force, animal care and control bite task force, and helped initiate the formation of the critical sewer task force. She still serves on the neighborhood code safe housing and oversight board, as she has for several decades. It's people, as I've mentioned, like Carolyn, that help maintain and grow neighborhood collaboration and hands-on community advocacy. At this time, I'd like to invite Jerry Vandeveer and his son up to share some of their own recollections about Carolyn.
We're going to try this, see what happens. Once again, I'd like to thank the Allen County Commissioners for creating this award in honor of my wife and myself. Because of this award, we're meeting so many cool people. Sometimes I don't know the recipients, but others I've known for many years, such as Carolyn. Because of Deb Marone's excellent nomination letter, I've even learned more about her. I won't tell anything, but I've even learned more about her. I could probably dazzle you with the things she's poured her heart into, like walking the alleys and streets chasing drug dealers out, making landlords accountable for their properties and renters. And one thing she didn't even realize is that most of my time, she was my mentor. Everything I did, I don't know how to put it to words, but the things that I did and people talk about us as being such great people or doing so much for the community is because this lady over here. I didn't know nothing when we started. We went to a Southwest Partnership meeting. What is a Southwest Partnership meeting? Anyway, but I'm not going to get you on, keep you on there with all those things. So I guess the best way for me to describe my relationship, my thoughts and everything about Carolyn is Carolyn was me before I was me. Now think about that. She was me before I was me, because she did everything I did, and I didn't even know it until I did it, and shut up. Okay. I'll stop at that, and let me introduce my son, Gerald II, and he's going to say a few words, and then he's going to present the award to Carolyn. I'm going to stay here. Be quiet.
There is a quote from Edmund Hillary that deeply resonates with me and encompasses this award. People do not decide to become extraordinary, they decide to accomplish extraordinary things. This quote beautifully highlights that true greatness doesn't come from inherent qualities, but from a determined pursuit of exceptional goals. It's not about self-promotion, but rather about stepping up and doing the things that are needed when they're being overlooked. My parents exemplify this statement and sentiment. They never sought recognition or accolades. Instead, their goal was to express gratitude and acknowledge those who supported them in their times of need. Carolyn DeVoe epitomizes this spirit. She never chased accolades, but was committed to doing the right thing for the simple sake of doing the right thing because it needed done. As with the initial quote, this philosophy is mirrored in her actions, not in order to become some notable person, but to make our society a better place. As we move forward in our society, we will always be able to look back on the evils of people. Not one of us is without blame, but we also need to remember that from people that are not perfect can come great things. Do not let your past prevent you from doing something great in your community. Do not let your past embarrass you or prevent you from doing the right thing. It doesn't define you. Your next steps are what defines you. You will never do anything good from a place of anger or malcontentment. So look for the good in others, cherish those things, and let people and yourself live up to their greatest potential. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Allen County Commissioners and the Vandeveer family, I am proud to award the 2023 Linda and Jerry Vandeveer Impact Award to Carolyn DeVoe.
Thank you so much.
Let me get a hug here first.
Yes, I will give you a hug, but I don't want to drop that. I'm still a klutz.
And our friends, our commissioners here.
Yes.
Your colleagues.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Well, I'll tell you. Be careful where you spend your time. When I started out on this, I'll remind you that I was 5'7", 135 pounds, and I had very dark brown hair. Look what happens. And there's one person here who has been my right hand for 25 years. Marcia Hyman, will you please come up here? We couldn't have done this without Marcia. And over the years, I've even adopted a rule. When I'm on the right side of the car, I go where she drives it. So that's kind of the way we do it. But she's been there with me all the way. It's been an interesting ride. I'm not going to tell you it was easy. I'm not even going to tell you that sometimes it was safe, because there were times that it wasn't. Uncle Marty sitting back there, Marty Bender, knows very well what I'm talking about. When I started to make out a list of the people I wanted to invite to this, there were over 100, and there were 20 who are safely dead. 120 people that I could pick up the phone. I need some help. Do you know who? Do you know how? Is there any way? Sadly, our problems have not gone away. In fact, some of them are becoming much worse, and the victims are becoming much younger. And I ask the young people of this community to join us in protection for these young people. We in this community have the worst early childhood birth records in the nation. We have problems with childhood safety. We have problems with housing stability. We're going to see more problems with the differentiation of inflation, outside interest coming in and purchasing housing stock and raising prices to more profitable rates, which are common in other areas, but our wages are not keeping up with this. We have horrific problems in the foster child areas. We have problems with trafficking. I would say let's learn to look for the common denominators. Let's learn to listen to what we are hearing. How many times is it the same message but said differently, but at the root of it, it is the very same message. We have to deal with some of these things. As I have had, going on 2 decades of the opportunity to revel in the word elderly, I need some new blood coming in here. So, to those of you who are younger here, please step forward. If you have questions, get hold of us. We're willing to help. We want your help. We want your ideas. We want to know what's going on in the schools, what's going on. Where are Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts? Why are we spending so much time with sports when these kids aren't even learning how to hem a skirt or change a tire? Come on, we've got to get down to some essentials here. And I thank you very much for everything that you have helped me to do, for every opportunity, for this beautiful award. Thank you for everything you've done. And I don't know how many are here from the original housing group. Jeff? Yeah. Let's have you stand up. The Rental Housing Task Force. And Chris, would you stand up? This is a very capable, able leader, dedicated to everything that we have tried to reach for the last 40 years. And I bow to you. Thank you ever so much. I couldn't be happier.
Marcia, get over here. You need one too?
Yes.
Yes, I need a hug from you,
You are-
always. You know that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trouble.
Oh, I guess that's, oh, yeah, you stay up here.
Now I'd like.
You stay up.
What, I
Oh, yeah,
stay
you
up
stay
here?
up here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just stand there.
Here, you can stand right next to me. How about that?
We got this.
Now may I introduce Sarah Rippey with the Fire Police City County Federal Credit Union to present the check.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
So Fire Police City County Federal Credit Union was approached by an anonymous donor who felt the desire to show their appreciation to the recipient of the Linda and Jerry Vandeveer Impact Award for the work that they did together and for the work Jerry and his son continue to do to enrich our community in her name. This anonymous donor has entrusted the credit union with a generous donation that will award each year's recipient to the Linda and Jerry Vandeveer Impact Award $250. We are very honored to be part of this award and extend our appreciation to Carolyn for her contribution to the community.
You have the checks up there.
All right. I'll leave that one with
Yeah, you can't take, they
Can't
won't take
take
that
one.
through the
Give you this
drive-through. They won't take that in the drive-through.
Okay, if nobody leaves the building, the check is missing.
We'll find it.
Oh, it's around here somewhere, and I will be too.
We'll find it.
Okay.
There we go. Well, everyone, thank you for coming. We truly appreciate all of your attendance. And thank you, Carolyn, for all that you do and continue to inspire those to do on behalf of our community and our great county and our city. So thank you very much. So this event is concluded. We'd like to take some pictures. So everybody want to come up, get a picture with Carolyn? Let's do it. Thank